Hi everyone. So today we are going to start learning the very basics of Python, and I should remind you that I will be covering only the specific topics which are absolutely necessary for your algo trading journey. Hi everyone, my name is Archit Mittal, and in this chapter we are going to start with the three most important basic terms of Python, that is variables, comments, as well as conditional programming. I hope every one of you have installed VS Code in their computers, as I want all of you to practice with me and write the code with me as the video progresses. I do not want you all to slack off and just write the notes today and practice tomorrow. I want all of you to actually practice with me, as I will be giving you some assignments also at the end of each chapter which we are going to do, so that you can do the assignments and ask the doubts in the comment section itself. So let's start. So you all guys must have seen this kind of interface when you are opening your VS Code. VS Code allows you to create a new file directly, or you can create a proper systematic folder so that you can have all these things ready in that folder. So what I'll do for the folder is, I'll go to this side tab where Explorer is written. I'll click on open folder. I go to my download section. I'll go to GFDL. I'll go to the basics part and I'll open this. Now you can see the basics part is open. Here it is written basics. Let me zoom in also so that you can see it clearly. The basics is written here. Now to create a Python file, I'll click on the code here, the file icon here, and I will be writing first code.py. You can write any name. I'm writing first code so that we can maintain all these files. And when I'm giving all these files to you in a drive, you can actually refer them properly. Right? So today we are going to start with variables. Okay, so let me type variables here. You can see here that the first code.py is written here, as well as when I'm writing variables, there is a yellow color line comes under it. That means when you hover over it, you can see it is written variables is not defined. Okay, so to define the variables, what I'll do is I'll write variable a is equals to 10. I have to assign a value to the variable in Python so that that variable can be used. The variable name can be anything, but you cannot start the variable name with a number. No number starting. You cannot start the variable name with a special character. However, you can write the variable name using underscore first. So if you want to give the variable name as underscore ABC is equals to 20, then it will be storing 20 number in it. Okay, so these are some of the values which we will be doing. I should make it in a comment. In a while, I'll be telling you why I'm putting hashtags in front of this name so that you can also use this. Okay, first let's set some ground rules for variables. The first ground rule is that variables should be as descriptive as possible. See, I'll tell you one major problems of every programmer, whether it is a beginner or an experienced programmer, that everyone forgets what they have coded in the coming 2 to 3 months. So when you are looking for the journey of algo trading, you should be maintaining the code in such a manner that after 2 years also, when you are looking at the code, you will be able to find the errors, fix the errors, and also move ahead to write those codes and modify those codes as per the new changes in the language. Okay, so the variable should be as descriptive as possible. Try to write small case letters for variables. What do I mean by this thing? You should not be writing capital cases until and unless absolute necessary. There is a particular type of variable which we will be learning in the upcoming classes known as global variables, where you should write them in all uppercase letters. Apart from that, you can write all the variables in smaller case letters, or there are second formatting known as camel casing. I'll show you there are two ways to write the variables. First is camel case. In this, you are writing the variable first small letters, you are completing a sentence, and you are then for the second letter, you have given the first letter as capital. As you can see in this camel case, the C in the case is bigger, right? The second normal way of writing a variable is using a underscore method. So you can write underscore and you can put an underscore method. So these are the two ways of writing underscore method. Now, as we are going to use this for your algo trading purposes, let me create some variables which are directly useful for your algo trading purposes. You will be using Nifty spot a lot. So you can write Nifty spot either like this, 23,500, or you can write Nifty spot is equals to 23,500. Now see, both are different variables. The writing methods are different, and Python is a case sensitive language. So if you are writing any one letter also in capital letters, that will serve as a completely different variable, not as the same as the previous one. So please try to remind this thing, please try to remember this thing and try to create same variables. That's why I always prefer underscore method, because you are not having any chance of forgetting the uppercase letter in any case. Okay, so let me comment all these things. Commenting things means, yes, commenting thing means that you don't want the program to read it while running it. You can comment by simply putting a hashtag in front of it, and then that variable is not recognized by the program. So let me like print it out, print, and I will be like copying this thing and I will be pasting it here. So when I do this thing, you can see, let me run the code. You can run directly from here and you can see 23,500 getting printed out here. What else I can print? I can print this second value also. Let me copy this thing. Let me write print and I will be printing it here inside a bracket, and you can see this printing occurs. I have to zoom out my screen a lot. That's why you may be irritated by that pop-ups. You can close those pop-ups also, or when you have a normal screen, you will be seeing those pop-ups will not bother you that much. If I print this thing, you can see 2 times 23,500 is written here. If I change the value of upper Nifty spot to 24,000, now you see that 24,000 is written at the top, whereas 23,500 is written at the bottom. So this is how variables are used in Python, and you can see nothing else is getting printed from the top. If I put a comment, how do I put a comment? Let's say I put a comment on this Nifty spot. You can see automatically this Nifty spot is having a red line under it, meaning that this variable does not exist. If I try to run this thing, you can see I can get a name error that Nifty spot is not defined. Okay, so when you are getting this kind of error, please write this down, make a note of this thing, that Nifty spot is not defined. Then that means that either by chance you have commented it, or you may not have even declared it. If I just remove it from here, then it is not declared. So this is the terminology I will be using a lot: declaring a variable, commenting a line, commenting a statement. So be familiar with these things. Declaring a variable simply means that you are making a variable with that particular name, and what you are doing, you are just assigning some value to it. These values can be in the form of integers, which you are seeing here. This is normal mathematical integers which you have studied earlier in your schools, normal integers, or maybe this can be float values, let's say 56. If I just run it now, you can see 24,000.56. You can give decimal values also, known as float values, and the third type of values are, you can give string values also. What is a string value? Let's say spot is equals to Nifty. So if I just have to print spot here, that which spot is this, spot will become a variable now, and I will print it, and you can see Nifty getting printed first, 24,000 getting printed second, and 20. The sequence in which you are printing, it will get printed in that sequence itself. Variables are very useful because you are storing your values, your Nifty spot values, your options values, all the values will get stored in the variables itself. That's why the concept of variable is very important. Second concept which we have done is the concept of comments, in which what is happening, that when you are putting the comments here, when you are putting a hashtag in front of any line, you can just avoid those lines from your system. So let's say if I just want to print spot and the second value of the spot, I comment this line, and now you can see I will be printing only Nifty and the second spot. So comments will not read. How I am doing this? If I want multi-line comment, I will just select all the lines. I will press command plus question mark symbol, and you can see that it will get commented. This is for Mac users. For Windows users, you can just press Control and hashtag mark, the question mark, and you can have the comment section in that in those lines enabled. Okay. Now we are coming to the very main section of the class, that is conditional programming. These two things, variables as well as conditional programming, are one of the most essential part of your algo trading. If you have mastered only these two things also, you have covered almost 30 to 40% of your complete algo trading setups, of your complete algo trading knowledge, which you require for doing and set up all the basic tasks like your risk management, like your API handling, like your broker, like placing the orders. All these things can be done using only these two things, that is variables as well as conditional programming. Okay, so what is conditional programming? As the name suggests, it helps you create conditions so that the program can execute some of the problems according to those conditions. So let's say if I write if Nifty spot is greater than, I am currently taking only, what I'll do is I'll just comment out this Nifty spot so that we won't be confused. And what I'll do is I'll just comment this thing out and I'll just remove this thing. I'll write Nifty spot. What do I do with Nifty spot? If Nifty spot is greater than, let's say, 23,600, what we should do? We should, let's say we want to buy a call. So we can write buy call. Okay. That is the if condition, first condition. If this does not happen, then else, that's the second part. Else what to do? If this does not happen, else what we should do? We should do nothing. So I should be printing do nothing. Okay, so this I can do. I'll stop the printing of all other things which are previously there. So I'll just comment this thing out. I'll comment this thing out. I'll copy both of these things and I'll put it here so that you can see it properly. So I have defined a variable Nifty spot. I have given the spot and I'll remove all these things. Or basically let's have it in the comment only. Nifty spot is 23,500. Spot is Nifty. Nifty spot is greater than 23,600. Then buy a call. Else do nothing. What do you think what will happen? Nifty is at 23,500. This is a static variable. The values are not changing yet. So when I run this program, you can see it has written do nothing. Okay. So what if I change it to 700, 23,700? Now it will say to me buy call. But if we want to do options using this complete code, this conditional programming, I will be needing a condition for put also. So let's say if the Nifty spot is greater than 23,600, I should buy a call. But if the Nifty spot is less than 2,400, then I should buy a put. Otherwise, I should do nothing. Yes, if I want to include that, I want to create an if-else ladder. So what I will do in that case, I'll put else if. So the keyword is elif. For this thing, I will say Nifty spot is less than 23,400. Then what should I do? I should print buy put. So this and the else condition will remain at the last of the ladder. Please try to include the else condition every time when you are making an if-else ladder. That will always help you to detect what is happening and where the code is wrong if there is some possibility of wrong things in the code. So Nifty spot is greater than 2600, buy call, less than 23,400, buy put, otherwise do nothing. So using this code, how many of you think you can at least create some signals for your strategies? You can, with this if else, you can at least create some signals via printing it all, right? You can have a printing statement here and you can open this on one of the screens of your computer and you can see when there is a buy call or a put call. Okay, buy call alert or a buy put alert, you can see those on the screen. If you want to send notifications to your Telegram, WhatsApp and all these things, you can do that. By the end of the completion of this playlist, you will be able to do that too, how to send you alerts. But you are getting the gist of it, how easy it is to just create a simple program where you are taking the values of the Nifty, where you are going in front of Nifty, you are saying that you have to buy a call or buy a put, and that's how you will be moving ahead in this playlist. I hope you enjoyed this thing, right? Let me first run this thing. So you can see currently it is buy call because our Nifty spot value is 23,700. Let's say if I make it 400, what will happen? It will still say do nothing. Why? Because it is less than 400. It will act only on less than 400. So if I do 399, now it will tell me to buy a put, right? Until and unless it is less than 23,400, it will not let me. We can use greater than equals to also. We can use, but if we want to use equals to, that my value is somewhat equals to something, then I have to use double equals to. That is the operator to be used. Otherwise, the operators are same, greater than equals to, less than equals to. You can use any. I would not suggest in algo trading purposes that you should be going ahead with double equal to sign when you are going for conditional statements. That can actually have a lot of negative impact on your code. You may be having a lot of bugs in the code when you are using double equals to in the conditional programming. I hope you understand this thing. I hope you enjoyed the session. Now please write the assignment for the next session. Okay. Assignment. So what you have to do, the first assignment is create 5 variables of your favorite stock name with their Monday close price as the value. Okay. The second thing is, let me dial it down. Yes, the second thing is, which I want all of you to do is create an if else ladder for all the stocks or indices. You can pick the indices also you picked in the above assignment. Okay. So I want all of you to do this thing. If you want, I can zoom it out also. So you can copy this thing. And let me close this. So please write this down. Yes. Create 5 variables of your favorite stocks, favorite stock or indices name. You have to create whether you are taking spot or whether you are taking future. Write their name and write their Monday closing price. Whichever is the nearest Monday to you, write the Monday closing price at them as their value. Second thing is you have to create an if else ladder for all these stocks and indices you have selected, you picked in the above assignment. Okay, you just have to write this small code for 5 different stocks or indices of your own. You can write it on the same file, you can write it in different file. That is completely your choice. Okay. I hope everyone will do the assignment and then move forwards to the next part of this playlist, where we will be covering the concepts of loops in programming, which covers up almost around 60% of the complete algo trading, which you should know of. The foundations will help you make most of the complex code which is out there. Variables, if else conditions, and for loops. Please master these 3 things and you will see that how well you can improve. At least small utility tools you can create on your own, and if you practice more, you can create larger utility tools also. It's an easy language. Whatever you have doubts, please write it in the comment section. Our team will be responding to all those comments. Thank you everyone for watching this first section of the playlist. Let's meet in the next session. Thank you.